First off, I want to say, if y'all hoes do not think that these men aren't out here hollering at trans baddies on the low, then y'all either lying to yourself or you're delusional. And no, not all men, for the slowies in the back. You see what's happening. Trans girls are walking around bad as hell these days. And let me just say this now, and dolls, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of trans baddies is not as easy to pull for these niggas as some of you might think, okay? You know, a lot of us trans girls have standards, you know what I'm saying? We're not just going for any old nigga that's in our face. And trust me, there's a lot of them. Online, in person, you know what I'm saying? It's going down. When I was doing sex work real heavy, you feel me? Most of my clients were straight identified men. And most of these men had wives and girlfriends and baby mamas and fiancés, this, that, and the third. And they will all tell you, you know, they're straight. My ex-boyfriend of 3 years is Albanian. And I was his first black girl, his first American girl, his first trans girl. And we had a beautiful relationship, you know. When he first met me, he thought I was female or whatnot. And I told him I was trans, you know, after a little time. And this man cried when I told him I was trans because the way I explained it was like a birth defect or whatnot. So, you know, he felt bad for me because he really didn't like comprehend, you know, what a trans girl was. Because this was back in 2014 when everybody named mama wasn't trying to be trans. I feel like after Caitlyn Jenner came out, everybody want to be trans and everybody think they trans, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. My point is, do not assume that these men are automatically gay because they fucking around with a trans girl, because let me explain something to you. And I know a lot of you women cannot comprehend the mind of a man, and I know you thinking, oh, my man is not gay, oh, my man wouldn't do that. No, girl, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you particularly because, my bad. You basically do not know what these men are doing because you don't understand what it's like to be a man. Let me tell you something. Most men are horny 24/7, okay? And it's just what it is. They just ready to get down, you feel me? So if they run into a trans girl, that's their type. Most of them will experiment with it. Most of them will, you know, get down in some type of a way. It just depends on how that nigga's feeling in that moment. Let me say this. A lot of women are like, oh, just be yourself. You know, they wouldn't mind if a man came out and admitted to being into trans girls. But that's a fucking lie, because on that day, or when they're pissed off, that's the first thing they're going to throw in a nigga's face. And that's why a lot of these men out here are not going to admit that they are, in fact, attracted to or been with a trans girl. So they don't want the ridicule, so they're going to continue to be DL. And I don't want this video to be too long. So basically, I want to just say, women, real women, females, y'all can't feel away because these men are out here messing around with trans girl on the low. If a man's messing around with a trans girl, they are a straight man for the most part, because trans girls are bad as fuck. And if that trans girl ain't available, they're going to fuck around with a femboy or a masculine boy with a whole beard of muscles.